Hello everyone, Jefferson Glassie here, author of Heaven is Everywhere, still carrying around my dog-eared and tabbed copy of the book. Boy, it was an interesting week this last week here in Washington, D.C. Pope Francis came to visit. It was very impressive. Certainly it was very disruptive for people who live here, but, we all watched and listened to what he was saying. I think one of the key things to me was the presentation, the speech he made to the joint session of Congress. And the members of Congress and so many people were listening to him and very respectful. And I think the reason is that those big venues, he talked about love and not dogma. In Heaven is Everywhere, I talk about love being kind of a perspective of all of us. Love, peace, compassion, truth, all these things. But fear being an us versus them perspective that gives rise to war and anger and hate and division. While divisions among humans are based on fear. But he talked about the good things, that we're all in it together, that we need to respect all aspects of life, which is a good thing. Yes, of course. We need to look kindly upon those who are immigrants, because we were all immigrants. Help the needy, help the poor, take care of ourselves, take care of the planet. And he talked about how the members of Congress have an obligation to do what's best for the common good, not just that benefits some people. And he decried the arms trade, because it obviously leads to much war and suffering. He did not talk about dogma. He didn't talk about dogmatic rules, the types of things that religion talk about, I think sometimes to make people not feel good about themselves, or to feel guilty. He didn't talk about gay marriage. He didn't talk about abortion rights. He didn't talk about women becoming priests. He didn't talk about the church's stance on contraception. A lot of these things on this dogma side are really sort of fear-based. They're rules that you're supposed to believe, but they're not necessarily about all of us. They're about some teachings of the church that say you should do something one way, or not do something another way, or that this is right and this is wrong. I don't believe in right or wrong. I don't believe in good or evil. I think those are very slippery slope judgments that you can make, that people make, and it gets them in a problem, because I might think something's right and somebody else may think it's wrong, and so who wins? But with love and fear, love is about all of us and doing the best that we can for each other and loving one another in peace. So I think the reason that the Pope made such a mark is because he was talking about love-based things, all of us being in this together. That's what we need to focus on, and not the dogma. In Heaven is Everywhere, I talk about the fact that religion is fear-based, because so many of the things about religion are meant to make you feel separate or different from God, to tell you that you're a sinner, or that you're unworthy, or that if you break these rules, you're going against God's will, and that sort of thing. So even though there are many, many good things that religion does, you don't necessarily need the religious aspect to focus on the things that Pope Francis was focusing on when he talked to Congress. Doing things for the common good, doing things for all of us so we have a better world. So, that's my 2 cents. Jefferson Glassie, Heaven is Everywhere. Thanks very much for listening, and I will talk with you soon.